Hi, it's the M.L.M for the Soul channel, and I do have a new topic for today. But before I begin, I would like to say that may the words and expressions of my mouth and the thoughts and meditations of my heart find favor and acceptance before you, Hashem, and some people I would like to thank who have helped me on my journey, who have inspired me in so many different ways, and I will have links to their sites below this video. They are Rabbi Shalom Arush, Rabbi Lazer Brody, Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, Rabbi Eli Mansour, Rabbi Alona Nava, Rav Daniel Asor, Yuval Ovadia, and the newest addition is someone I just found due to trying to find someone else on the Google that I was searching for, who is a black rapper turned from Jew. Amazing, amazing story of his journey and his search, and he's amazingly holy person he became. Unbelievable. And I'll have links to some of his information below, and his name is now Nisim, Miracles, Baruch Black, and also his wife and his children and two other friends along with him joined on this journey and also became from Torah observant Jews. So the topic for today is called In the Comfort Zone. In the Comfort Zone. Are you awake or asleep? So, things happen in our lives and we kind of just go along it, like, so to speak, just kind of like float. It seems like we're floating along. And that's why I say in the comfort zone, because, you get comfortable with a certain way of being. And you don't think about changing. So, are you awake or asleep? When you're in the comfort zone, it depends what you're doing. But really, we can never be in the comfort zone. If you think about it, we always have to think about how we could awaken ourselves to become holier, to become closer to Hashem, to do things, to do avodat Hashem, to do the work of Hashem, to do things l'shem shamayim, for the sake of heaven, to do kiddush Hashem. So if we fall into a situation where we're kind of more asleep than awake, then Hashem will start to give us a little nudge, a little push, a little zetz, as we say in Yiddish. Kind of a little like, okay, come on, you've got to start changing your ways. You've got to start doing something that's more appropriate or better for yourself. So Hashem gives us those little wake-up calls. Now, at first it may be a little light tap. If we don't listen, it may be a stronger one, and then it may be a real strong one that just totally shakes up our world, so to speak, like an earthquake. So the problem is that we don't always tune into it. Even when we get those little taps, those little, like you say, like a love tap, because Hashem loves us, He loves all of us, but He's trying to get us to improve. So He may give us some kind of suffering or challenge, but the challenge, we have to really look at it as an opportunity for growth, an opportunity to do tshuva, an opportunity to do better. That's what it really is. It's not trying to harm us. It's trying to wake us up. So we have to kind of get out of that comfort zone. We can always improve ourselves continually. There's so many different levels that we could achieve if we'd only start working on ourselves and also start listening to people that can inspire us, like some of the people I mentioned, and really inspire you to change. With some of their inspiration, you may change something immediately. Say, okay, well, I'm going to take this on because I know it's important. And people's inspirational words can really fire you up, so to speak, to say, wow, I never realized this, and I really need to make a change, and I really need to do better for myself. And really for myself is not really for myself. It's really for Hashem, because we're just here on a temporary basis. This is not our permanent place in life. Our permanent place is with Hashem in heaven. So we have to really remember that. We're just on loan here, and our soul is here in our body for a purpose, and to do everything we can to better ourselves to correct our midos. You know, you think about it. Some people sometimes might say, well, I don't really know what I'm supposed to correct. And I've heard this from Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi. He would say, well, the hardest thing for you to do is usually the thing that you have to really work on to correct. So if you can think, what is the hardest thing for me to do? Like, for some people, maybe it's being modest in their dress. And also modesty comes in other ways, your thoughts and your speech as well. Modesty has many different parts. You know, for some people, you know, it could be something is very easy to do, like for a man, like putting on tefillin every day, which takes just a few minutes. For some people, they'll say, I could do Shabbos, but I can't do tefillin. This is what Rabbi Mizrahi would say. It doesn't make sense, but we don't understand where that all comes from. So the idea is you have to think about what it is for me that I need to work on. Like, think about the hardest thing that you are having trouble with remedying or correcting for yourself that you would want to work on. And, you know, you have to really get out of your comfort zone. I say in the comfort zone, but really it should be that you need to get out of that comfort zone, because the comfort zone just keeps things like in a status quo. Like, okay, this is, you know, it's fine, or you think it's fine, but it's really not fine. Because to you it seems that way, but when you finally learn the truth, like those people who are like secular right now, or not doing the mitzvot and not really keeping things the way they're supposed to, then once they discover the truth, it's like a light bulb, you know, just shines, boop, and they're like, wow, and they never realize this because they never knew about it. And then that's when they make the change. They were in this comfort zone and they thought they were doing okay, and they realized they weren't, because they weren't really doing things to elevate their souls. They were just living their life. A lot of people, you know, that are very connected to this physical world, like they live with everything physical. They want to, you know, do things, but you have to think about this, and this is how I look at it. You know, in the end, you can't take any of that stuff with you. So why accumulate it? Because other people are going to have to deal with it when you leave this world. So the idea is to have less. Less is more. The other idea is that the less physical stuff you had, and I read this in Tehillim, there was an explanation. I think it was Rav Hirsch who was saying this, like, when you get rid of all that kind of physical excess material things, it kind of blocks your soul from really achieving. So when you kind of let that dissipate and give away stuff or give up stuff and say, I don't need this, I don't need that. You know, a good example is if you read secular magazines, read any magazines, read secular books, unless they're like health-minded, could be okay, but still you have to think about who is writing these books, and are they really in line with who you are, or who you want to be, you know. So, you know, stopping watching TV, listening to secular radio, listening to any radio, reading newspapers, all these things bombard you, and to think about it, they're really a waste of time. And I know I've given them all up, and I don't have any problem with that. The hardest thing for me giving up, like you say, in the comfort zone, was I was always a big baseball fan, and then I decided, you know what? I realized that it's really a waste of time, because in the end, Hashem's not going to tell me, oh, so nice that you followed this sport and this team, because it doesn't really do anything for my neshama. My soul doesn't gain any higher spirituality to get closer to Hashem. Baseball's not going to bring me closer to Hashem. Torah will. Mitzvos will. Talking to Hashem will. All these things will definitely. So it's like, it's waking me up. It's elevating me more, instead of me being asleep or kind of in a slumber. You know, that's so important for us to really remember. We have to not stay in that comfort zone and think it's all okay, because it isn't. We need to do more, as much as we can, as much as we're able to, in order to create this elevation for our souls, because that's what ultimately matters in Shemayim, and when we return to Hashem. And I wanted to say that I hope and pray that everyone can come and be more awake in their Torah and their mitzvos, and that we merit to live and see the coming of the Mashiach and the rebuilding of the Beis Hamikdash speedily in our days. Amen, and thank you for watching.